Oh, well, it felt great. Just obviously being the first series win for the program down in Corvallis. It's big for the program. It's just such a tough place to play. And Oregon State is such a quality program and tough place to score runs, as they always pitch well and defend well. And they did that again this weekend. But no, it was a great win for the program. I think in particular, losing on Friday night, Sellers was really good. And we got kind of kicked a little bit, in the teeth. And to respond like that on Saturday with more emotion and more passion and more focus, and then to obviously do what we did on Sunday is kind of unheard of. So it was a great weekend for the program. I was really proud of the guys and their maturity in terms of their belief. And one of the things that we talk about all the time with our program is just in anything, there's so many firsts in every year's season. And they're how are you going to respond from a loss? How are you going to respond from a series win or a series loss? Your first time in Pac-12 conference play on the road, our first home conference series play this weekend at home. How do we respond after a big weekend with a midweek like tomorrow against San Francisco? Just so many multiple first times. And those are things that the first that we have this weekend are things that we can really build on. Winning on the road, winning a tight game on the road, winning when we're not hitting particularly extra base hits or home runs, winning with pitching and defense and some mentality. So very exciting for us. And then you open up the polls and you're ranked in one of them. That's a tremendous honor by collegiate baseball and great for the program. And so, how do you maybe in short term now, how do we handle success? And so it's our job as coaches to make sure that we're reminding our players that it's day to day and it's process driven and it's what we're doing on a daily basis. Today's practice. Getting the fundamentals that we need to work on that we don't necessarily get in season time. So great weekend for the program, obviously, and great start to Pac-12 season. We've had a nice start to our season, and we're really trying to hammer home the reasons why we're having success and continue to do well with those things.
One of the keys to this past weekend, there were so many of them, but reliever Connor Wilford, a big weekend, got some national recognition, named the Pac-12 Pitcher of the Week as a reliever. So what does that mean to him? What have you seen from him this first month of the season, and how big was his performances?
Yeah, he was the MVP of the weekend, and we had a few of them. Him and McGee were just dialed in, and we had a nice weekend. Sammy Brown was really good at the plate, but with Connor, we're down 4, we're down 5, but you're down 4. Wilfred Connor comes in on a Friday night, and it's the 5th inning, and you're going, man. You're already thinking about Saturday and Sunday just in terms of the number of guys, and for him to take this all the way through the game, into the 9th inning, and save our bullpen. Calver responds on Saturday, and we don't have to use too many arms. But Wilfred, really, what he did with the bullpen was settle it. And then he comes in on Sunday and does the same thing. He has been outstanding this season in that role, coming in the 5th or 6th inning and pitching with a lot of emotion and a lot of confidence. Some really cool moments with him on the mound with his emotion. And, that's how we want to play. We want to play energized. We want to play with emotion. It's college baseball, but it's about tempering those emotions, but it's also playing with it and representing Washington State. But he has been outstanding. I was really happy for him that he got that award because he deserved it. You just don't see that type of performance out of a reliever twice on a weekend when it's long like that. It's very, very impressive against a really good Oregon State team.
Hey, you mentioned it a little bit before, but one of the hitters that's kind of locked in these last couple of weekends has been Sam Brown. He had 4 games in a row with a home run, and then goes into Oregon State, and they didn't get him out for the first 2.5 games. So, what have you seen from Sam Brown? How has he settled in, and what's he like in the middle of that Cougar lineup?
Well, he's really made a nice contribution, obviously, but he's tough. He's competitive. He's smart. The good thing about Sammy is he doesn't try to do too much. He just tries to compete pitch to pitch. He tries to control the zone. He's doing a really good job of controlling the zone right now. Swinging strikes, taking balls, and being extremely competitive. He's got a 2-strike approach. He'll use all parts of the field. And those are the marks of a good hitter, and those are the things that he's doing really well right now, as are a lot of our guys. But Sammy's using a lot of the field. He's able to hit breaking balls. He's able to hit fastballs. He's able to hit behind in the count. He doesn't get too big when he's up in the count. And he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. And that's something that when guys are going through those spells and you're playing with that type of confidence, we really try to invite our players to, write those things down or make mental notes of that or make physical notes of those things. Or what's your routine right now? What's your process? What are you doing in practice? I think the biggest attribute that Sam has is he's very consistent. He's an extremely competitive player, and he's the same way in practice. So I think that's why you're seeing him and many of our guys having some success right now.
We have a couple questions emailed in. What can you say about the plans for this week? So, expect anybody back, maybe some injury updates, and then maybe some starting rotation, beginning with the San Francisco game and Oregon series.
Yeah, the schedule is good for us, and San Francisco would probably tell you the same thing. They're going to start their weekend as they'll head up to Gonzaga after us, and for us, coming back from a road game gives you the opportunity to have a Monday off, practice on Tuesday. We're in spring break, so we got a chance to have some early practices, which is nice, and we can get rested and recovered to bed earlier. But San Francisco tomorrow and a Wednesday, I think you'll see multiple arms from us. You'll see Spencer Jones, probably see Shane Spencer, probably see Ryan Orr. Who knows? It's a Wednesday game, so with the Friday, Saturday, Sunday in front of you, we'll pay attention to that. But the real positive for us has just been we've got 10 guys really pitching at a pretty high level right now. So we've got some numbers that we're comfortable with, and Cottrell doesn't get in the game, Farland doesn't get in the game, Spencer Jones doesn't get in the game last weekend, Shane Spencer doesn't get in the game. So these guys are fresh coming off of the weekend. So that's a real nice thing to have with San Francisco. Good team, off to a good start. They're well coached. They like to run. They have 39 stolen base attempts, and I think it's 12 games. They're 8-4. They're pitching pretty good. It's going to be a really competitive, tough midweek challenge anytime you see an offense that is doing what they're doing. They're off to a pretty good start though at 8-4 before they head up and play the Zags. So you'll see multiple arms from us as we look into the weekend. Yeah, there won't be a change, potentially a change in the order, but unlikely. With Hawk and with Caden, and then going to Grant. So just really happy with our pitching and the depth of it. Coach Blaga continues to do an outstanding job.
All right, then last one. We won't get a chance to talk to you before the Oregon series, but another week in the Pac-12, another huge series, and this one's at home. So you get a tough Oregon club that played really well against UCLA for the first couple of games last weekend, but you get to face a really good Oregon team coming to Bailey Brayton this weekend. What do you see from them?
Well, I mean, it's Oregon. It's Pac-12 baseball. Every week's a grind, and everybody's got good players and tough players and are well coached. So it's nice to have Oregon at home. They've got a ton of power. They swing hard. They hit the ball with the fences. Going to be a really tough challenge. So excited about it. For us, it's no matter what happens, whether it's winning or losing, it's use the rearview mirror for confidence if you need it, or use the rearview mirror for intelligence or education of things that need to be learned. We're always hoping to learn something every day that we can apply and get better. But right now, focal point is San Francisco and putting together a quality game that's process driven and dominating our game keys. And we'll get to a Thursday practice early, and then with Oregon, another Pac-12 week. So we'll be really excited about that, of course. One of the things that we talked about with our players today is, making sure that every game, that same type of intensity is put forth. It's very easy to look towards Oregon as its Pac-12 conference standings, which is driving your tournament and potentially your regional things. But we've got 10 or 9 midweek games that we have to do a really good job as well. And we've got a solid opponent tomorrow. But with Oregon, excited to see some fans out here at spring break. The weather looks great. 50s, sunny. We'll get the RV parked out there on Thursday night, and I know the fans can bring them in on Friday, and we look forward to inviting you out here. And we've got a lot of promotions that are going to be happening through Learfield and through our university. So it's our Pac-12 opener. And a special shout out. I know it might be past it, but best of luck tonight to Coach Smith as they get forward to the NIT, and then congrats again to Cammie what they're doing, and best of luck to them as they hit that NCAA tournament. Pretty exciting stuff right now going on in Pullman.
All right, Skip. Thanks for the time today, and good luck this week.
All right, go Cougs.